that Ray J told him that Snoop told Ray J that he had something to do with that. Now, I don't, when I think about this, I'm like, would Snoop Dogg tell Ray J something like that? Maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. I don't know. But I do know Suge Knight is not the first person to say that Snoop Dogg has something to do with Tupac's murder. So we got plenty of comments on that. People saying different things. People saying, I believe Ray J was the runner for Whitney. And possibly, now this is me talking. The commenter said they believe Ray J was the runner and had the connection. Now, what I'm thinking is, yeah, I think I will, Mini-Me. I'll do a deep dive on that. Hold on. Let me go back up and put this comment up here. I can't find it. But yeah, I will do a deep dive on that, Mini-Me. This is a possibility. Maybe Ray J didn't. Now, I don't know. It could have been intentional or not intentional. But I've seen cases where somebody is running and giving somebody, bad medicine. And once they give them that bad medicine, that person, they don't give it to the bad medicine on purpose. But once they take that bad medicine, you know what I'm talking about. Next thing you know, this person is dead. And so now they're like, well, I could be conspiracy for killing this person. So we need to make this thing look like it was an accident. That could have happened. It could have been an intentional thing sent down from Clive, the big bad wolf. A lot of people feel like Clive had reasons or motive. A lot of people think that Whitney was passing Brandy a note during that Clive Davis weekend. Y'all remember that infamous note where you see Clive Davis sitting at the he's sitting in the middle of, I don't know, all I know is he's sitting and he's next to Brandy and someone else was there. I can't remember right now. I know it was Brandy because Whitney Houston walked up and gave Brandy a note. And to this day, Brandy says she will never expose what was on that note. But a lot of people were trying to say that Whitney was trying to warn Brandy or warn people that either she was in danger or just something wasn't right. And a lot of people feel like she was about to expose something and they took care of her. I don't know. But I agree with Mini-Me. I think at this point, especially with Suge Knight saying this, it is time to go ahead and do that deep dive on Whitney. I've been wanting to do it. I think this is the time to do it. So be looking out for that. I definitely will be doing a deep dive on that situation. Breaking that down and seeing with all this new evidence and new people speaking out and apparently everybody talking these days. The new thing is to talk, and I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing because there's a lot of garbage being put out, but amongst that garbage, there are some gems being put out. And people who didn't have a voice before are getting a voice now. So definitely, I will be looking into that situation with Whitney and Ray J and all of that. And also, I might do a Snoop deep dive, Snoop and the Tupac thing. I don't know. So many people have ran that Tupac story into the mud. I don't even know if it's worth it, but I may do it. Also, there are many people who believe there's another lawsuit on the horizon. I'm not going to get into it today. But I prelude it, give you a prelude. It's this TDE essay lawsuit. And I don't know if this is something strategic. Now, TDE, that's Kendrick Lamar's people, his label or whatever that he works with. And if you know, a serious lawsuit came, and a lot of people was like, is Drake behind this? Is this get back? Well, that lawsuit is progressing. And let's listen to this breakdown, and then I'll take it from here.
And the whole time it was going on, Kendrick Lamar based his whole beef with Drake around Drake being a PDF file. And the whole time it was going on in his inner circle. A lawsuit has been filed against TDE Entertainment executives, including this guy, claiming that they provided drugs and alcohol to underage girls and then essayed them. Screenshots were included in the lawsuit showing text messages about sexual things being exchanged between these girls and TDE executives. Now, the lawsuit was filed anonymous by fans and other people connected to TDE. Also, in TDE's response to the allegations, they claimed that this was a shakedown for money and attention. They said that these ladies just wanted their 10 minutes of fame. But throughout the whole response, they did not deny the allegations.
Controversy. Now, I'm watching this closely. I initially thought this was something that Drake was behind or some type of stunt, but you never know. So, I pay attention to it all. After the situation with Drake, and we all know what happened with Drake, then Not Like Us pretty much put him in the dirt. He's suing his label, UMG. Now he's claiming that Spotify is suppressing Drake's music, but they're pushing Kendrick Lamar's music. It's just turned into a nasty, utter mess. Now, is this lawsuit legitimate? And do TDE have something to worry about? Or is this just somebody trying to get back at TDE for the whole Drake destruction situation? I don't know. But again, this is another case that I believe we need to be paying attention to and just see where it goes, because it's still going and still progressing. And as long as it's progressing, we don't know where it might end or what will come out of it. And before we get out of here, Mr. Mohawk Diddy thought he was off the hook today. But nope. We got a little article that came out that I want to share with y'all, get into real quick before we get out of here. Apple and Spotify. And also, yesterday we didn't have a subscriber yesterday. So today, one of the first times we didn't have a subscriber of the day. I need y'all to make sure y'all subscribing. We got to hit 10. We don't have any so far this week. My weekly goal is 10. So please, the subscription start at $3. Podcasts aren't cheap. I'm talking about to run, not to listen to. So if you can help me out by subscribing, a minimum donation is $3. I would greatly appreciate it. Keep the lights on, because I told y'all if I have to take corporate dollars and then they're going to tell me what I can say, I won't do a podcast. I'm not going to do a podcast and if I'm not able to talk about what needs to be talked about and what we want to talk about. And how do we keep that going? By subscribing. So if you could, I would appreciate anybody who can subscribe. Also, the subscription link is in your show notes. If you're listening to this on your phone, just go to the podcast show notes and you'll see the Buzzsprout subscription link. Please hit that so we can keep this podcast going. Also, always feel free to join us live for the Flow Show No Filter live at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or catch us on the lunch show at noon Eastern Standard Time. It's a ball. You're going to love the crew. We have a good time. I mean, it's not like having a studio audience. And a lot of the people who have came from the audio podcast and came and kicked it with us in the live chat and during the live. And don't be nervous. Like, if you can come watch it live, you don't even have to come in the chat. We won't even know you there. You could just watch from a distance. But everybody who comes to the show and watches it live enjoys the live broadcast. So you all are more than welcome to come. Now, before we get out of here, did y'all see this article? This is by Scarlett O'Toole. This is about your boy, the Diddy Monster. And the headline reads, P. Diddy branded as a quote-unquote predator by his ex-assistant who alleges rapper did whatever he wanted. This is from one of his workers, has just spoke out, and they did a piece on him. And he quotes, his name is Pines, and he worked for Diddy from 2019 and 2021. We talked about him before. And he was one of the ones who helped organize the wild parties. He says, and I quote, he got me. It was a circus. He did whatever he wanted. And we were just disposable. He further claimed that he was a pred and basically took advantage of men and women. And he also said he has an innate ability to make you feel comfortable, to make you do things for him you would never do. Now, Pines also recalled an alleged incident in which Diddy grabbed him by the shoulders at a party and asked him to have relations with a guest who was on the couch. Pines claimed the musician had been drinking at the party. And so he took a shot with them